I'm Sarah Newby with Strategic Office Support summarizing the top HME and DME industry news. Our last video was posted in July and the industry has been busy the last 3 months. If you want to stay up to date with videos of what's happening in the HME industry, please click subscribe and turn on notifications. Before I start, I want to give credit to HME News. If you want to read the news straight from the source, make sure that you head on over to their website. Now, no more delay, let's cover the drama that's been brewing in the industry. Lincare has been in the headlines the last few months, causing a buzz. Crispin Toffel, former CEO of Lincare, was set to become the next CEO of Adapt Health. However, in August, Lincare filed a lawsuit against Toffel, alleging that he used Dropbox to exfiltrate trade secrets and confidential information. The lawsuit also alleged that Toffel acted for Adapt Health interests and against Lincare's interests in a major deal with a Medicare Advantage HMO provider. This is all while he was the CEO of Lincare. In the wake of this lawsuit, Adapt Health and Toffel mutually agreed to terminate his employment contract. Lincare has also been in the headlines with False Claims Act allegations. Lincare agreed to pay $29 million to resolve claims that violated the False Claims Act by overbilling Medicare and Medicare Advantage. The company admitted to improper billing for oxygen equipment rental payments and co-payments after it had already received 3 years of payments. In other breaking news, the FDA requests more testing from Philips. The FDA has requested Philips to conduct additional testing on health risks related to the recalled ventilators, BiPAP, and CPAP devices. Although Philips, together with 5 independent certified testing labs, concluded that the recalled devices are unlikely to cause appreciable harm to patients, the FDA believes that the testing and analysis provided are insufficient to fully evaluate the risks. Moving on to advocacy in the industry. Important legislation has been introduced to the House and the Senate. A bill providing a 90-10 Medicare reimbursement rate for most HME products in competitive bidding areas has been introduced. This bill would also extend the 75-25 blended rate currently in effect in rural, non-competitive bid areas through 2024. The 75-25 rate emerged during COVID-19 with the CARES Act. This legislation was designed to ensure providers could continue providing essential services even with the pandemic-era challenges. Blended rates are set to expire at the end of this year, and if that occurs, providers can expect a 10 to 45% decrease in reimbursement for many DME products provided to non-rural, non-competitive bid area beneficiaries. These bills are critical to ensuring our industry operates under a sustainable rate structure. HME providers are constrained under fee schedules that do not factor in increased costs of providing care. This jeopardizes patient access to care and threatens financial viability of this industry. For advocacy in the complex rehab sector, NCART is leading the way. NCART has urged state Medicare programs to follow Medicare's lead in implementing a reimbursement increase for complex rehab products and services. CMS implemented an 8.7% increase for complex rehab and up to a 9.1% increase for repairs and replacement parts. However, many state Medicaid programs have not increased their reimbursement. One example is California, where the reimbursement for complex rehab has stayed the same since 2007. It is obvious that legislation does not keep up with rising operational costs. The wages are increasing, and yet your reimbursements are not. Add to that, providers are struggling to find people to attend interviews, let alone show up once they are hired. If that is a challenge that you are facing, reach out to us at Strategic Office Support. We build you a cost-effective, highly efficient team that specializes in the HME workflow. If you haven't met with us yet, please do not delay. In regards to caring for the patient community, a new study from the Office of Inspector General has found that those enrolled with managed care organizations, also called MCOs, may not be receiving all of their medically necessary healthcare services. This is especially concerning, considering that over 50% of Medicare enrollment is in the Advantage plans, not in the fee-for-service program. The OIG reviewed 7 parent companies, which operated 115 MCOs in 37 states, and uncovered high rates of denied prior authorization requests. The OIG determined that in 2019, the MCOs denied 1 out of every 8 requests for prior authorization, with 12 of those 115 MCOs having denial rates greater than 25%. We all have been feeling the effect of Medicare Advantage denials, but there is some hope on the horizon. Medicare Advantage plans are set to undergo overdue changes in the next year, making them more friendly to HME providers. This is according to Andrea Stark, a Medicare consultant and reimbursement specialist with Mira Vista. CMS has put together a final rule revamping the prior authorization program of Medicare Advantage plans. One of the biggest changes is a mandate from CMS that if a patient has active service and changes their plans, Advantage plans cannot impose prior authorizations for a period of 90 days. This is a huge change to ensure no gaps in coverage. Medicare Advantage isn't the only program that's been in the news. United Healthcare has made headlines with their plans to reduce prior authorizations for many product codes. This has been met with skepticism in the HME industry. The removal of approximately 400 codes from the prior authorization list opens up the door to further denials. When it comes to reducing denials, your system setup is key. Skye Banegas, Director of RCM for Strategic Office Support, was featured in HME News Smart Talk with a column on metrics and system setup. In the healthcare companies that we work with, we almost always find system setup deficiencies. The most common are erroneous inventory multipliers, outdated fee schedules, incorrect payer mapping, and poorly implemented automations. If you want to learn exactly how to set yourself up for success, please reach out to us at Strategic Office Support. Now, jumping into M&A activity, there are reports that Rotech Healthcare is considering a possible sale, with investment bank Jefferies Financial Group advising on the process. Rotech may be valued at around $1.5 billion. Quipt Home Medical has added about a dozen states in the past 2 years, including 7 states through its acquisition of Great Elm Healthcare. The company reports maintaining a robust pipeline of acquisitions, including companies with $3 million to $15 million in top-line revenue and smaller tuck-in acquisitions. Quipt has recently acquired a reported $9 million revenue business that expands operations into Mississippi, Texas, and Louisiana. Viemed Healthcare has also been in the news for a recent acquisition of Tennessee-based HMP. HMP generated net revenues of approximately $28 million last year. But acquisitions aren't Viemed's only source of growth. Viemed's organic growth increased 23% last quarter due to working with payers and adding 5 million lives year to date. Certain segments within HME are seeing a relative boom. Home accessibility products are booming. The home accessibility product category is growing at a 20% rate, driven by the COVID-19 pandemic and an influx of aging baby boomers. The most popular products include ramps and chairlifts, grab bars, and bathroom remodels. Home-based care continues to gain traction. Home-based care is overwhelmingly preferred by patients while also being cost-effective. That concludes the HME DME industry update. If you want to stay up to date with all the headlines, please don't forget, click subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I will see you next time.